Hello, oh, I am so sorry for that. I apologize. Ugh. Holy fucking shit. My throat just went terrible. My voice cracked. Anyway, so for this week, I'm going to actually be doing a different type of video thing. I'm actually going to be doing my loadouts on TF2 with some tips and tricks or whatever. No, not tips and tricks. What the fuck? With some tips on how to play the classes. So I'm probably going to record a few today and then maybe the rest tomorrow. I don't know. But for right now, we're going to get on the Scout. Scout is actually one of my least played classes in a way. My 4 less. I actually used to play him a lot when I first got the game. I used to main him because I was a free-to-play idiot. Not all free-to-plays are idiots, just that I didn't know that there were more classes. I was such an idiot that I actually thought that you couldn't change classes after you picked one. So I would always stay Scout no matter what happened, and I'm just an idiot. Then I discovered the comma button, and I was like, wow, this makes it a totally different game. So we're going to go on the Scout loadout. So ignore this. I'm trying to make this. I'm trying to use the guillotine and the Sandman combo. I haven't succeeded yet because I'm a piece of shit. But let's see. So my main loadout is actually this. I have the Force of Nature, which is 50% firing speed, faster firing speed, not back on the target and shooter, and 20 more bullets per shot, but there's a 10 damage penalty and 66 clip size. So why do I use the Force of Nature? Because whenever you shoot someone, it does a big knockback, so it's like an air blast in a way, but a little more powerful at close range. This allows you to escape, because if you think about the Scout, he's fast, has some pretty good weapons at short range, and he can basically take down a heavy if he really concentrates. But the main focus of Scout, in my opinion, is to do the objective and do a hit and run. So if you do the Force of Nature, you can do big damage up close, and then you can push them back, so that you just keep running and gunning for other people to finish them off, so you get a lot of assists. The Criticola has, while under the effects, plus 25 movement speed, your attack's mini crit and damage taken is increased by 10%. You're also marked for death afterward for 2 seconds. That last part was a nerf that was added in the new recent update. I'm pretty sad about that, but the reason why I use the Criticola is that it makes me move faster. I can use mini crits with the Force of Nature, which already at close range is pretty deadly, doing around 100 damage if you're really close, and then 2 shots is like 200 damage. And the movement speed is just really fast. I don't like the damage taken thing, but you know, it's got to have a nerf there, which reinforces the hit and run technique of the Scout. If you're doing mini crits, then that's a ton of damage. You're taking like 35% more damage, right? And then I just say any bat will do. I actually got the Sandman. I purchased it not from the store. I got it from scrap.tf. Conscientious objector. I got to get a spray. Probably it's time to stop. I don't know. But I use the Holy Mackerel because, just look at that description, that's the best. Why do I like to use it? It's because it's also great for tracking Dead Ringer spies. If you don't know about the Dead Ringer, it lets you actually feign death as a spy, and that could be really useful in some situations. Whenever you get hit by a Holy Mackerel, it does like a counter on the top right where the kill feed is, so it'll be like fish slap 1, 2, 3, and then like I think the 4th one is death. I don't know how much damage it does exactly. If you kill a spy and it doesn't say fish kill, that means they're using the Dead Ringer, and then you should just go and look for a health pack. So that actually really helps going against spies. And also, if you're going against a tryhard or something and you kill them with a fish, it's one of the best feelings. And I mean, just look at Big Slappy. I guess I'm going to talk about my cosmetics. I'm not going to do that really with the other classes, not that much. I got the Biomech backpack, which was actually gifted to me by one of my friends. Crafted by Back August 10th. It's actually Life. Talked about him before. He gave me it because I beat him in a duel. He said he'd give me all of his extras and then gave me this. Pretty good, but it's only Halloween and special events. Pastime early participation pin. I mean, I played it in beta. Didn't really like it back then, but it seems like a good mode. So I just use it on him because he's fast. And then the World Traveler's hat because I have to have this thing. Seriously, have you seen it on my spy? I am Pirate Spy. I mean, just look at this little piece of shit. Yeah. So basically what you want to do with the Scout, with this kind of loadout, you basically want to go at the enemy, Hit them hard, especially the heavies and soldiers with the force of nature. Maybe use a critical on some of the other ones. Try to kill the medic. Fish slap someone, you know, to get some little damage. Just use the fish for whatever you want. And then let your team do the rest. Try to push the cart or capture a control point, but not on high tower. If you do that, I will kick you. Not really. And then just taunts that just have a flippin' awesome, because it's my only taunt aside from Director's Vision. Hey, look, it's tradable on my birthday. Anyway, so that's what I would do with the Scout. You want to do hit and run tactics, especially with this little shit. I actually used to use the soda popper more, but after its recent nerf, where it only builds hype when you hit someone, and since it's kind of sometimes hard to hit people as a Scout, I don't really use it that much anymore. I hardly ever get it because I can hardly ever hit people with decent damage as a Scout. We're moving so fast. Shortstop, I don't really know. Scattered gun does a lot of damage at point blank, but the force of nature, just that knockback thing, it's so good. So our next loadout is soldier. Now I actually have about 3 different loadouts. I'm gonna excuse my airstrike one that you saw me using in my last video, because this is really a death from above thing, and I'm just trying it out right now. I'm not too good with the airstrike right now. I'm just trying to use it, but I also gotta fix the loadout on this one. So I gotta build my old loadout real quick. Yeah. So my old loadout was actually the black box, reserve shooter, and the escape plan. The black box, when you hit someone, you can gain up to 20 health per attack, but in your clip, you know, like you usually have 4 rockets, you only have 3, which can be pretty bad if you're going against someone and you need that extra, you know, rocket to finish them off. Rob the Awesome actually did talk about that. You could rocket jump, hit a medic, hit one more time to finish him off, and then rocket jump away, but with the black box, you want to try to kill him in one shot, or you just want to weaken him. So that can be pretty bad, but if you can use it right, then you can be an infinitely regenerating soldier. Now, I usually kind of just go with any shotgun that I have, so the reserve shooter isn't really my first one. I actually used to use the Righteous Bison a lot. That one's amazing, but after its recent nerf, it isn't as good, because now it doesn't hit multiple players, or a player multiple. It doesn't hit them multiple times, which was actually one of the features, but they called it a bug. It was when they were running away, you could hit them multiple times when they're running away. So I used to use it a lot, but now after its nerf, I don't know. But I crafted it, so I didn't buy it. Well, this isn't the crafted one. This is actually an extra one that I got in a random drop. Or maybe, I don't know. But the reserve shooter I now use because it mini-crits targets launched airborne by explosions, grapple hooks, or enemy attacks. So any enemy knocked back by air blast, rocket, grapple hooks, or enemy attacks like the force of nature will now be given mini crits, which is 35 more damage. So it's a criticola, and it deploys 20% faster, but it has 34 less clip size. In my opinion, this is a straight upgrade from the shotgun. Why is that? Because the shotgun isn't really a good weapon at long range. That's why you have the rocket launcher. At close range, it does really good, but that's also what the reserve shooter does. And even if you're long range away, you can still do mini crits, which will be really good for people. And since the soldier can actually launch them himself with a black box, and a Pyro can with air blast, this is really perfect. And then I guess another one with throat. I have to slap myself later. And you can basically use any kind of melee weapon with this loadout, but I like to use the escape plan. The escape plan, when active, your move speed increases as the user becomes injured. So if you're like 10% health, you're gonna be moving like around, I think, a sniper, like around that. It's pretty fast. You're not as fast as a scout, obviously, but you're actually marked for death while active, and 90% healing from medic sources. So if you're a pocket or something, I wouldn't use it. People would actually like to use the equalizer, but this weapon's a piece of shit to me, because damage increases as the user becomes injured. That's useless if you're gonna die. And it has the same debuff. This thing lets you go to a health kit. Okay, so Market Gardener, I cannot Market Garden, I'm sorry. Conscious Objector, it's like this shovel. And then my Cosmetics of the War Pig that I unboxed from a crate It looks really good. I like it. The exquisite rack, which is like my first cosmetic item drop, and then the bronze dueling bat. Or actually, that's not it. It's the Operation Oil Spill. I'm sorry. It looks really good to me. It's from my only MVM mission. I gotta get another one. And then here goes some Pyro, and this is gonna conclude the attack loadouts. So the Pyro, I actually have two different loadouts for this, and it really only changes the flamethrower. So we're gonna go to my first one. And most people would like to use the degreaser, you know, but I think that isn't very good. The degreaser has less afterburn damage, meaning it does less damage than any other flamethrower, except that you can switch faster. You switch pretty fast to the flare gun, which is also in both of my loadouts. My loadout is a backburner. It's a strange one. It's got a lot of kills on it. You can see how much I play Pyro. I love the class. It's actually my 5th played class with 14 hours. The Gore Splatter backburner is actually 100% mini crits from behind. So if an enemy is retreating from you and their back is turned, you do full crits on them, which is just perfect. It's awesome. I love it. And extinguishing teammates, like all other ones, gives you 20% health. But when you air blast, it takes away 50 ammo. So the regular flamethrower takes away 20 ammo. The degreaser takes 25, but this takes 50. So you can only air blast 4 times ever without any with ammo. And if you're below 50, then you can't do it. So that's a pretty big backside. But critical hits. The flare gun, which is probably the best secondary weapon for the Pyro, it has literally 100% critical hit versus burning players, and there's no downsides to it. It's an automatic. Upgrade from the shotgun. And it reloads when it's not active, so it's got a little bit of a a kind of short / long reload time. But if you just switch to it and then if you switch to the back burner, then the flare gun again, it's automatically good. And then the power jack, which is what a lot of people use for the Pyro. I'm sorry if it's a little stale, but when the weapon's active, you have 15% faster move speed, so you can go around pretty fast, and you get 25 health restored on a kill with it. But you're more vulnerable to every source, about 20% more damage from any source of damage on the wearer. So it's pretty bad when you have it, but that's only when it's active. So just, you know, when you're getting attacked or something, just take it away. It's pretty easy to do. Yes. And then my second loadout is actually with the Flog, which I just used in my last video. The reason why I like the Flog is that it's the freaking Flog. Many people would not like to use this because it's simply overpowered, but I love using it. I know I'm a evil person for doing that, but it's really good for me because if you look at stats, build oomph, you know, the default taunt for the Pyro, on alt fire, when on full oomph, you taunt to gain crits for several seconds, about I think 8 seconds or something, so you do full crits from any direction. And you're invulnerable while doing the taunt, so you become ubered. But there's no random critical hits and no air blasts, which is a pretty big deal because you can't extinguish people, so you're basically going to see your whole team die if everyone's a Pyro. But since the Pyro is unbalanced in my opinion, that's why I chose Team Heavy, you're going to get this month thing really fast and then spawn camp the whole team. On this loadout, I look like a douchebag with it. I actually got called a douchebag yesterday for using it. They thought I was free to play. I'm sorry. I wore the Ghostly Gibbous. I love this hat. I love using it on the Pyro. He looks really cute with it. Operation Oil Spill badge. I also use the Pyrovision goggles because it looks just so good. And that's why I'm called a noob. I love Pyrovision. And also for these loadouts, you can actually use any other kind of secondary weapon. I mean, Pyro has some of the best secondary weapons in the game. The flare gun is obviously the best in my opinion. I don't have the scorch shot, so I can't give my opinion on that, but that gives freaking knockback, which is really good. The reserve shooter, he can basically do all the mini crits he wants because he can air blast. Man Melter has 50% projectile speed, does not require ammo, and alt fire can extinguish people to get a guaranteed critical hit. So I mean, it's basically kind of like a flare gun, but it's not too good for me. I don't really use it. It actually got buffed because it removed a hidden 20% less damage. And I don't have it anymore, but I had Detonator, which it it granted you 100% mini crits, but you could also detonate the charge and you could jump with the gun. But I used it to make something. I can't remember what I used to make it, but I used it in a crafting recipe or something. It would allow you to like jump a little bit, like a rocket jump. His other melee weapons aren't too good in my opinion. He's got the Postal Pummeler, which will do 100% crits, but its other stuff is really bad. So, I mean, with Pyro, you could basically have a lot of leniency with what loadouts you want, but this is my kind of loadout, and I really do love playing Pyro, because, I mean, just look at all those kills on this back burner. Some good shit. I guess that concludes, you know, the cosmetics, and I mean loadout of the attack classes. So tomorrow I'll be doing Demo Man, Heavy, and then Engineer, and then I guess the other day after that, or actually, I won't be able to, because that'll be my birthday. Maybe I'll do it, I don't know. I think, unless I have my days wrong. Maybe I'll record this one later today, I don't know, but then I'll do Medic, Sniper, and then the Spee. So, I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll probably have some, like, freaking, you know, we're just gonna go play TF2. Maybe I'll put in some, yeah, maybe. Yeah. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this cosmetic, or I keep saying cosmetic. I'm a fucking dumbass. I hope you enjoyed this loadout video. Get it right. I hope you enjoyed this loadout video for the attack classes. Remember to like, subscribe, sub, whatever, ban me. I don't know. Just do whatever you want with this information, and I hope to see you on a server. Bye now.